Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a small poem written by Rabindranath Tagore. The poem is Abhisara, the Tryst. In fact, this poem, Abhisara the Tryst, was originally written in Bengali by Tagore in 1899 and appeared in a collection called Kathao Kahani. It was Tagore himself who translated this poem into English for a collection of 86 translated poems called Fruit Gatherings, published in 1916. This poem is based on Upagupta, a Buddhist monk who lived in 300 BCE and was revered by Emperor Asoka. In fact, it is also said that Upagupta was the spiritual teacher of Emperor Asoka. Rabindranath Tagore was born on 7 May 1861. He belonged to the illustrious family of Tagores, who were at the apex of Bengal Renaissance. Tagore's contribution to literature is unparalleled. He won the Nobel Prize for his collection of poems Gitanjali, the preface of which was written by William Butler Yeats, who was his friend. His famous work include Chokhir Bali, The Home and the World, Gora, The Boat Trick, etc. He wrote poetry, songs now known as Rabindra Sangeet, novels, short stories, non-fictional pieces, drama and even dance drama. He remains a much celebrated literary icon in India and abroad. Abhisara the Tryst confronts the reader with harsh realities of life. The poet draws many contrasts throughout the story to portray human nature and the transience of material wealth in this world. It sheds light on the impermanence of worldly pleasure and emphasizes human qualities like kindness and compassion. Upagupta, the disciple of Buddha. Now, Upagupta was the disciple of Buddha. He was a Buddhist monk. Lay asleep in the dust by the city of Mathura because he has renunciated the material pleasure and therefore he preferred to sleep in a very humble background. So once upon a time, on the pavement of Mathura, he was sleeping. Lamps were all out, means it was utter darkness. Doors were all shut, people were indoors, and stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Now it appears as if at any point of time rain and storm might come. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklets, touching his breast of a sudden? Now all of a sudden, Upagupta, he has awoken from his slumber, from his sleep. Now it appears as if that a lady had stumbled on him unknowingly, and while stumbling, she had touched the body, the breast of Upagupta. He woke up, startled. Now Upagupta, all of a sudden, he just awoke, and the light from a woman's lamp fell on his forgiving eyes. Now all of a sudden, that lady, she saw the forgiving eyes or the merciful eyes of Upagupta. It was Vasodatta, the dancing girl. Now the lady was none other than the famous dancing girl of Mathura, Vasodatta, starred with jewels. Now she has in fact decked herself, adorned herself with jewelries all over her body, clouded with a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. She was very beautiful and she was very youthful as well. She lowered her lamp and saw the young face, austerely beautiful. Now all of a sudden she has she saw the beautiful face of Upagupta, the radiant face of Upagupta, who was sleeping perhaps on the pavement of Mathura. Upagupta and Vasudetta. Forgive me, young ascetic, said the woman. Now she begged for forgiveness because she had unknowingly stumbled on the sleeping monk. Graciously come to my house. The dusty earth is not a fit bed for you. Now she has graciously invited the monk to accompany her to her home because she pitied on uh, she pitied on Upagupta. The young ascetic answered, "Woman, go on your way. When the time is ripe, I will come to you." Now, the ascetic promised the lady that perhaps the time is not ripe. When appropriate time will come, then I will visit you. I will come to your home. Suddenly, the black night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. Now, somewhere the lightning emanates from the sky. Storms growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled in fear. Now, it appears as if that the woman was not very happy. The situation outside was very fierce, very violent, and therefore she just hurriedly tries to come to her home. A year had not passed. It was evening of the day in April, in the spring. Now it was springtime, it was the month of April, and hardly it was 7 or 8 months from the night when Upagupta and Vasudetta encountered each other. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossom. Now, since it was the month of April, therefore, the trees were blossomed with fruits and flowers. Gay notes of flute came floating in the warm spring air from afar. Somebody was playing flute at a distance. The citizen has gone to the woods for the festival of flowers. Some festival was going on, and everybody was engrossed, engaged in merrymaking, and the mood of festivity was there. From the mid sky gazed the full moon of the shadows of the silent town. Now the entire town was silent, and it was a full moon night. The young ascetic was walking in the lonely street. As usual, Upagupta, the ascetic monk, he was moving in the lonely streets of Mathura. While overhead the love-sick quails uttered from the mango branches their sleepless plaint. Now somewhere from the mango branches, mango trees, the cuckoo was singing. Now it appears as if she was singing some plaints, means she was complaining something. She was in a very melodious tone, she was singing some song. Upagupta passed through the city gates and stood at the base of the rampart. Now he entered the city gate of Mathura. What woman lay at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? Now all of a sudden he was attracted by a woman who was under severe distress. She was under great pain, and it appears as if that she has been abandoned. She has been thrown out from her house. She is perhaps under the shade of that mango tree. Struck with black pestilence, means her entire body was under severe pain. She is diseased. Spots, black spots are visible on her entire body. Her body spotted with scores of smallpox. Perhaps she is a victim of smallpox. She has been inflicted with smallpox. And in those days, smallpox were very deadly disease. She had been hurriedly driven away from the town to avoid her poisonous contagion because smallpoxes are contagious in nature. So she has been driven outside the town, outside her house. She has been abandoned altogether because now she is a contagious person. The ascetic sat by her side, took her head on his knees. Now, ascetic deliberately came near that abandoned woman and moistened her lips with water and smeared body with balm. He applied balm on her body. He also offered her water. Who are you, merciful one? Now the lady was surprised. The woman was surprised because nobody was coming near her, and she was unable to understand as to why this man has came near me. Whereas Everybody who was known to her has abandoned her in this distressful situation. Who are you, merciful one? Asked the woman. The time at last has come to visit you, and I am here, Vasudetta, replied the young ascetic. Now, the young ascetic was none other than Upagupta. Upagupta immediately recognizes Vasudetta. Now, when he met Vasudetta for the first time, Vasudetta was the embodiment of beauty. Her body was radiant, and she had adored herself, decked herself with jewelry. The jewelry were all over her body. But unfortunately, when Upagupta met Vasudetta for the second time, she was abandoned, and her entire body was spotted. Black spots are there on her body. Nobody was coming near her. So Upagupta told Vasudetta that now the time has arrived. The appropriate time has come, and I am here to help you. So, in a way, this poem reminds us the transient nature of time. Time and tide wait for none. It keeps on changing. So be merciful. Thank you very much for watching this video.